The phone was a steal, practically new, latest model. Sarah found it on one of those second-hand apps, the ones promising bargains you can't refuse. She met the seller at a coffee shop, a nervous guy who kept checking his watch. Cash exchanged hands. Phone slipped into her bag. Done. Back home, Sarah turned it on. A factory reset. Clean slate. Perfect. She started personalizing, adding her contacts, downloading apps. Everything worked flawlessly. For a used phone, it felt brand new, almost too good to be true. The first oddity was a glitch, a flicker on the screen, like a corrupted image flashing for a millisecond. Sarah dismissed it as nothing. Old tech acting up, probably. But then, it happened again, and again. Each time, a fleeting glimpse of something off, something wrong. She tried to ignore it, but the glitches were getting more frequent, more persistent. It was like watching a corrupted film reel, the frames jumping and skipping, revealing snippets of something else, something hidden beneath the surface. The photo gallery was empty, or so she thought. One day, while scrolling through her apps, Sarah stumbled upon a hidden folder. It wasn't labeled, almost invisible, tucked away in the phone's memory. Curiosity piqued. She clicked it open. Inside, she found a series of photos, all blurry, all distorted. Unclear images of crowds, streets, buildings. Nothing remarkable, except for one recurring element. In each photo, there seemed to be a face, always slightly clearer than the rest, staring directly at the camera. A knot of unease tightened in Sarah's stomach. The face in the photos, it was familiar. She scrolled through the images, each one sending a chill down her spine. The face was becoming clearer, sharper, more defined. It was her. Panic welled up inside her. How was this possible? These photos were taken before she even had the phone. The angles were strange, intimate, as if someone had been following her, documenting her every move. She tried to delete the photos, her finger trembling as she pressed the trash icon. Each image held memories she wanted to forget, moments she wished to erase from her life. The act of deletion felt like a small victory, a step towards moving on. But just as she thought she was free, the phone froze, the screen flickering ominously. It was as if the device itself was resisting her decision, refusing to comply with her wishes. Then, miraculously, the photos were gone. The gallery was empty, and for a brief moment, she felt a weight lift off her shoulders. Sarah breathed a sigh of relief, but it was short-lived. The sense of peace was fleeting, like a whisper in the wind. The next time she opened the gallery, the folder was back. The photos were back. It was as if they had never been deleted, mocking her efforts. She tried everything, formatting the phone, factory reset, even downloading security software. Nothing worked. Each attempt ended in failure, leaving her more frustrated and desperate. The photos persisted, a digital haunting that she couldn't escape. They were like ghosts, lingering in the shadows of her device. It was as if the phone was refusing to let go of them, holding onto the past with an unyielding grip, or rather, refusing to let go of her. The connection between her and the device felt eerie, almost supernatural, as if the phone had a mind of its own. The cycle continues, an unending loop of dread and uncertainty. Days turned into nights, and the photos kept appearing. Each new day brought with it a fresh wave of anxiety, as Sarah wondered what new image would haunt her next. Each time Sarah checked the hidden folder, there would be a new image, a new piece of the puzzle that she couldn't solve. Always of her, always taken from a different angle, a different location. It was as if someone was documenting her life without her consent, capturing moments she didn't even know were happening. It was as if someone was watching her, tracking her every move, lurking in the shadows, unseen but always present, and leaving these photos as a twisted calling card. Fear turned into paranoia, and paranoia into a constant state of alertness. Sarah stopped using the phone, hiding it in a drawer, hoping that out of sight would mean out of mind, hoping to forget about it. But the fear was always there, lurking just beneath the surface. But the images were burned into her mind, each one a reminder of her unseen observer, the feeling of being watched, a constant presence in her life. Fresh images would appear, no matter how much she tried to escape them. One night, unable to resist the pull any longer, Sarah retrieved the phone. The screen lit up, illuminating her face with its cold, artificial glow. Her heart pounded in her chest as she opened the gallery and navigated to the hidden folder. A new photo. This time, it was taken inside her apartment. Sarah was sitting on the couch, her back to the camera, bathed in the blue light of the television. The image was clear, sharp, recent. It had been taken that very night. Impossible angles. Terror gripped Sarah's heart. This was no longer a game. Someone had been inside her apartment, had taken this photo while she was just meters away. But how? She lived alone, and she had been home all day. There was no sign of forced entry, no indication that anyone had been there. The photos were becoming bolder, more daring, the angles more impossible. It was as if the photographer was taunting her, showing her that no place was safe, that she was always being watched. Behind you, a phrase that sends chills down anyone's spine. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. It was another photo, another haunting image that seemed to follow her. This one, sharper than the last. The details were unnervingly clear. She was walking down a familiar street, one she had walked countless times before. Her reflection caught in a shop window. The glass was clean, almost too clean, reflecting every detail. But it was the reflection that made her freeze. Her eyes widened in terror. Standing behind her, reflected in the glass, was a figure. It was unmistakable, tall, gaunt, and shrouded in shadow. Its face was obscured, hidden in darkness, but its eyes seemed to burn with an unnatural intensity, staring directly at her, piercing through her soul, or rather, at her reflection. Sarah spun around, her mind racing, her body trembling, her heart pounding in her chest, each beat echoing in her ears. But the street was empty. The night was still, unnervingly quiet. There was no one there, just the echoing silence, the oppressive stillness of the night, and the cold, hard stare of the figure in the photo, forever frozen in time. A haunting reminder, watching her from the other side of the glass. The figure seemed to be waiting, always there, always watching.